Okay, so when you think of a skull, what pops into your head? Probably a single solid object, right? But what if I told you it's less like one bone and more like a really, really complex and elegant building? That's exactly what we're going to do today. We're taking an architectural tour of one of the most incredible structures in the entire human body.
Yeah, we've all seen this image. It's iconic, for sure. Maybe even a little bit intimidating. But I want you to look closer. This is not one solid piece of bone. It's actually an incredibly intricate 3D puzzle made up of all these individual pieces that interlock with just, wow, breathtaking precision.
So, that leads to a pretty obvious question. If it's not one bone, then how many are we talking about here? Go on, take a guess. The answer is a whopping 22. And that's not even counting the tiny little bones inside your ears. That number alone is why we have to think of it like architecture. So you ready? Let's start the tour.
Our first stop is, well, the main event. It's that strong, curved dome that protects our most vital organ. This is the cranium. Think of it as your brain's own personal, custom-fitted suit of armor.
This protective vault is built from several big, curved plates of bone. You've got the frontal bone right up front. That's your forehead, basically a shield for your thoughts. Then you have the two parietal bones that form the roof, like a graceful canopy. The occiput bone guards the back, and the two temporal bones are on the sides, right around where your ears are. Together, they create this structure that is somehow both incredibly strong and surprisingly lightweight.
Now this is where it gets really cool, because this slide just perfectly shows that old principle of form following function. On the left, you're looking at the outside of one of those parietal bones. See how it's smooth and curved? That's the perfect shape for deflecting impacts. But on the right, check out the inside. You see all those little grooves? They're not just random patterns. They are custom molded channels for the blood vessels that feed your brain. It's just brilliant design. You've got armor on the outside and life support on the inside.
So, we've seen the outer walls of our building. But you know, every great piece of architecture has a secret. Some kind of central, foundational piece that locks everything else together. So now, we're going to venture inside to find the skull's hidden keystone.
Tucked away, hidden from view, right at the very base of your skull, is the single most intricately shaped, most complex bone in your entire body. And here it is. This is the sphenoid bone. It has this incredible shape, doesn't it? Kind of like a bat wing or a butterfly. This is our keystone. And that wild shape isn't just for looks. Its wings and its other parts reach out to touch and connect with all the other bones of the cranium. It is the central locking piece that pulls the entire structure together.
And I mean, this is literally the concept. In architecture, a keystone is that final stone you place at the top of an arch, and it's what locks all the other stones into place, letting it bear weight and giving it stability. The sphenoid bone? It does exactly that for our skull. It is the biological architectural linchpin.
Now, if the sphenoid is the solid structural core, there's another central bone that acts as a sensory core. Tucked away just behind the nose is the ethmoid bone, and it could not be more different from the sphenoid. This thing is incredibly delicate and spongy, almost like a tiny maze. So why? Well, that intricate honeycomb structure provides a massive surface area for nerve endings, making it absolutely essential for our sense of smell.
Okay, so we've explored the main vault and the structural core. Now let's move from the protective part to the front of the building, the facade. This is the architecture of the face, the part of the skull that houses our senses and, gives us our unique identity.
Just take a look at the eye socket, what scientists call the orbit. It's not just a single hole drilled into the skull. No way. It's this beautiful mosaic, a cone-shaped space that's meticulously built from parts of 7 different bones, like the frontal, zygomatic, and maxilla you can see here. They all come together to form a protective, shock-absorbing home for one of our most precious senses.
And you find a really similar story with the nasal cavity. Again, this is not just an empty space. It's a complex chamber, also formed by multiple bones all working together. This intricate architecture warms and filters the air we breathe, and it's lined with the olfactory receptors that connect directly back to that delicate ethmoid bone we just looked at. It's all connected.
So the big takeaway here is that our face is built from all these specialized parts. The maxilla forms our upper jaw. It's the foundation for our smile. The mandible is the lower jaw, and it's pretty unique. It's the only truly movable bone in the whole skull, which is what lets us chew and speak. The zygomatic bones give us our cheekbones, those elegant arches framing the face. And then the small nanal bones form the bridge of our nose.
Each one has a distinct job in eating, speaking, and showing emotion.
So we've toured the whole building, from the vault in the back to the facade up front. But how does this entire incredible structure stay so perfectly balanced right on top of our body? For our final stop, let's look at the supporting column. Your head's amazing range of motion all comes down to this really elegant partnership between the top two vertebrae in your neck. The first one, it's called the atlas, or C1, has these two little cradles where the base of the skull just rests. This joint is what lets you nod your head yes. Right below it, the second vertebra, the axis, or C2, has this little peg that fits up into the atlas, creating a pivot point, and that is what lets you shake your head no. It's just simple, elegant, and incredibly effective engineering.
And this X-ray, just brings it all home, doesn't it? This isn't some abstract diagram from a textbook. This complex, interlocking architecture of vaults and keystones and columns, it's right inside every single one of us, working silently every second of our lives. It's a pretty stunning reminder of the engineering that's just beneath the surface. From a simple protective shell to a complex sensory hub, the skull is a hidden world of architecture right inside you. It's a masterpiece of design perfected over millions of years. And it's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most incredible structures are the ones we can't even see.